Alright, let me drop something that might shock you. One of India's most ambitious urban transit projects is barely scraping by. We're talking about the Bengaluru Metro, which was supposed to be a game-changer for the city's traffic gridlock. But here's the kicker. According to a recent CAG audit, the system is only hitting 22.72% of its projected ridership. That's not just underperforming, it's a full-blown crisis in public transport planning. And honestly, this isn't just about numbers, it's a mirror held up to how we design cities and expect people to use them. What makes this really interesting is how the gap between vision and reality is so stark. They projected 15,000 passengers per hour on a 5-kilometer stretch, but actual numbers were less than half that. You have to wonder, why did they even build this thing if no one's using it? It's like building a highway that nobody wants to drive on. Now, let's talk about money. The revenue targets were absurdly optimistic. They expected 7,700 rupees crore from fares alone, but they only made about a quarter of that. And here's the thing, this isn't just about poor marketing or bad timing. The CAG report says there was no real study on how to boost ridership. No sensitivity analysis. No plan B. It's like designing a product without understanding your customers. And the land acquisition costs? They blew up by over 6,600 rupees crore. That's not just a typo, it's a massive financial hemorrhage. They overestimated land needs, delayed acquisitions, and ended up paying way more than they should have. This raises a deeper question. How do we hold public agencies accountable when their planning is so fundamentally flawed? But here's where it gets even more frustrating. The metro wasn't just failing on its own. It was supposed to take cars off the road, right? Well, the audit found that combined ridership of the metro and BMTC, the city's bus service, is still lower than BMTC's standalone numbers from years ago. That's not progress, it's regression. And why? Because of poor integration. No last-mile connectivity, no parking, no real effort to make the metro a viable alternative to private vehicles. It's like building a subway system and then not giving people a way to get to the station. You can't blame commuters for sticking to their cars when the system doesn't even want them to use it. What really bugs me is the lack of accountability. The CAG report points out that BMTC couldn't even service its debt without government bailouts. That's not just a financial failure, it's a political one. When public projects become dependent on taxpayer money because of bad planning, it sets a dangerous precedent. And yet, the audit didn't just stop there. It highlighted how stations were built next to highways without proper footbridges or underpasses, leaving people stranded. They even had to scrap plans for some crossings because of height restrictions. It's like they built a bridge to nowhere and then forgot to finish the road. So, what does this mean for the future? If cities keep investing in infrastructure without understanding demand, we're going to keep seeing these kinds of failures. The metro story isn't just about Bengaluru. It's a cautionary tale for any city dreaming of becoming a smart, sustainable metropolis. The real lesson here isn't just about fixing the metro. It's about rethinking how we approach urban planning altogether. Because at the end of the day, no amount of concrete or steel can fix a system that's built on unrealistic expectations and ignored the people it was supposed to serve.